Alright y'all, I'm back. This video got a little bit delayed. Last thing I did was the E85 content sensor right there, so the CPI was soon to follow. Had a small accident where something destroyed my grill, so I had to get that fixed. Got that fixed, spent about a month at the body shop doing that, but everything is back. So let's go with the CPI setup. So first and foremost, this is going to come with the kit. That's the 7th injector. That's the feed line. You're going to come with only one extension fuel hose. This the plug to fire the injector. That plugs on right down that side. Now as far as this, it will be different depending on your setup. My setup, I'm still using OEM charge pipes. And I got one of these already in there without the 1/8 MPT bone for that. So I'm just gonna swap that out with this one. That'll give me an area, will give me a install there for that. Some charge pipes kits come with the provision for it, so that'll be there. And you have this along with this little part and how you install that. You want to put it behind that collar ring right there, and then as that slide on, you twist it and it's gonna pull it up. But I'll show it later on camera, pulled up and together on the ethanol sensor. Alright, then I got the FSB. I've already kind of done some of my wiring, pre-laid it out to how I think it will fit and to keep it neat. Because I really don't like the wiring mess that comes with the JV4, but for the price, I guess that's one of the headaches I'll deal with. So that's pretty much the CPI kit. So let me get to taking the car apart so I can start getting it on. Alright, so to depressurize this one, go ahead and get some paper towels to put up on there to catch any fuel that's gonna come out. And then I'm gonna pop this one. It's kind of hard to depressurize it. You have to pull the fuse for the low pressure pump and unplug the high pressure pump. So I'll bring y'all close so y'all can see it, but I'm gonna take loose this feed side first, and then I'm gonna put the feed for the actual injector right here. Also, don't forget to wear your safety glasses. So let me get my goggles just in case that sprays some. I haven't found a great way to really remove that consistently. Sometimes it works fine for me, sometimes it don't. When I use my trim pop tool, other times it don't. Alright, so y'all see exactly where I'm working at, what I'm doing. Alright, 2 flathead screwdrivers can work in this situation too. But I'm gonna set it up like that. And once I get it pushed in, I'm gonna remove it. And you're gonna push in a little. Okay, so see it has some pressure now, so I'm just gonna let that catch and drip. Alright, now that I got that separated and dripping, I'm gonna get some more paper towel, and then I'm finna disconnect from this side. Alright, all I gotta do is pretty much push the button. I'll show it to you also outside the car, so it'll be a little easier to see. But it's pretty simple. Alright, got that one broke. Depending on your hand size, I may suggest just pulling this side that feeds into the pump loose and just taking the whole center side and then separating it once you separate it from the feed line. So this line is fully disconnected. So I'm gonna pull it out. Either way it's going to leak fuel. Okay, I put a, alright, forgot I even put a zip tie here to hold it up. Make sure it didn't rub or anything. Let me pick it up and remove as much fuel as possible from it. Slide past that harness. Be careful not to bend near the clips, near these, because it will spring a leak. Been there, done that. The hoses are repairable at home. You don't have to order another one. Just a pain to cut these off and put new ones on. You can be as cheap as a screw tight clamp going back on, or you can find somebody who can clamp these for you. Again, just buy some more and re-clamp them, and the hose will be fine. Hoses and damages, just once it get bent, that breaks the seal on it. Okay, so that's the short line that you will get with your ethanol content sensor, and then it's a slightly longer one that goes from here and around. Alright, this is the short one you will get with your fuel and ethanol content sensor kit. Then you got a longer one that's coming from here all the way around to your actual content sensor there. Where I'm going to install the CPI kit is here. Then the other side is going to come up and meet here. Alright, so went ahead and separated the injector and the pipe from it. Now I'm gonna see how this fits in the engine bay itself, and does it fit how I want it to fit, or do I need to make some adjustments? So this end goes down to the injector, that goes over there, this goes over here. So in order for this to fit cleanly, how I like to keep all of my installs, I think there's more than enough to get down there if I follow this one. So for me, I'm going to try to take it through that area. I know it kind of seems backwards, but I haven't had any trouble still getting to my spark plugs with my wires running there. So I'm gonna go ahead and run it there, and try to keep it as clean. I'll show y'all the overall install. And for me, I think I got one of the cleanest JB installs, just due to me trying to take care of wiring and keeping it in place. I may not go exactly up under there, but I'm definitely gonna go up under the throttle body. And the throttle body coolant hose is right here. And I'm gonna stay to the outside of the intake. That should get me down in that area pretty comfortably. What I ideally want is to be able to take this where it's gonna be the FSB over here, and be able to tie it in with the rest of these. So I'm gonna get to taking this off. Take this zip tie, work it down. Work that down to where it can, once I show you on camera, you'll see where it's gonna meet up with the rest of them. So this one will be able to peel off. I will put another zip tie on the wires because I got everything zip tied right there. This will be another one that's just tied into there. That's more than enough room to get there. Next is this feed line for CPI. I'm gonna put it right back here by this main harness. So seems like this is gonna pretty much fall in place. Meet that right there. So that falls there. That would be great. Now I just gotta made it to the sensor. Once it's made it to the sensor, that'll tell me how my fully tell me how it's gonna lay out. So let me look at my hoses and get that, and I'll move the camera closer so y'all can see it. Okay guys, this is something I didn't quite catch. So like I showed you, this comes with the fuel sensor, short hose. It's another short hose that come on down, and these connectors, that one's black, this one's red. Just to show you how they work, they just simply push in and that clicks up over it. Get it back off, push in, pull back out. But this particular one is longer. This comes with the kit. If you buy the ethanol content sensor and the CPI together, you only get this hose. And I'll show you why in a second. So let me remove my other hose from the fuel sensor so I can put that to the side, and then install this one, and then this one will reach my high pressure fuel pump and come around like that to meet up with the other side of that, because the sensor is going to go into the back side of that, and then that's going to go into there, and this going to connect to the pump. I may just lay it out outside the car so to make more sense so you can see it. So you're going to want to remove the little sound deadener. Still have your napkins. Place your napkins up under. Put it up under my ethanol content sensor. So there's still fuel between here and the high pressure pump. So I want to catch that. And I want to get one up under the line going into the high pressure pump. The feed line is pretty much empty, so I'm not worried about drippage there. I removed it. Y'all can see I'm going to press in this orange section, push down towards the pump, then pull backwards. Now to release it. There's some fuel came out there. So sensor is here. I'm going to unplug my sensor. I'm just going to pull it as a whole. So with it pulled as a whole, you got this. This will go to your high pressure pump. I had my sensor upside down. And this side will go like this. And that'll go back to your feed. So it sits like this with just the ethanol content sensor. But really like this. Pretty compact, but once you go So add this plus CPI. This goes into the fuel hose coming from the car. The other side on this is gonna be the sensor. So I'm probably still gonna mount my sensor upside down like that so to lay flat. The reason I do that, so the white side doesn't show as much. So it's a little bit more stealth and inconspicuous if I have to take it to the dealer for anything, or just a regular oil change, because I still get my oil changes there. So I'm gonna try to lay it in there where it lays somewhere down in that area like that. Doesn't really matter which way. I don't even think it has a flow direction. So I think it's omnidirectional, so it doesn't matter. So I may even flip it that way. So it's laying that way, and then my plug is that way behind it. So to be something like this in the car. So that one is at that angle, and this one is that angle. So that's the route I think I'm gonna take right now. No matter which sensor I use, but I'll just keep with the sensor that I already had. So let me get that set up and start assembling stuff. And make sure these lines are going to the right size. If that size fit. So this side, okay, so this side is small. So being that this side is small, the red one, and you got the black one, this tells you the black one goes more than likely to the fuel pump and not to there. Yeah, so this is gonna be your side to go to the fuel pump. This gonna be your sensor side, and this side is the same as the fuel thing. So I'll get that assembled for y'all so y'all can see it. Next, so again, I'm gonna take the sensor. So can I zoom in for you all? All right, that's good. So it's gonna go here. Could do it this way, or I can swing it that way. But so swinging it this way, I think in that area be a little bit too much to be that way. And being that it's not directional anywhere on there, we point it this way. My plug for it is here, so all I gotta do is push it back over there, and it should clear the actual hard line for the feed. So I'm gonna pull that out the way so I can see what room I got and get an idea. Because you got a main harness here, main wiring harness is pretty stiff. Alright, seems to not be fitting too well there, so let me just go ahead and connect it to this. So I'm gonna take this piece. This piece goes into the end here, like that. And you just rotate it and it locks it in. May not make sense on camera because everything black around here, but it will once you get it in your hand. So separate it, put it on there. Got three little pegs on it, or prongs, whichever one you want to call it. So you want to push the sensor in. Alright. Seem a little stiff, so let me rub some air compressor oil on it. You don't want to rip your O-ring on the inside of there. Motor oil works also, but I just took a light bit, rubbed it around the tip of there. Don't get it on the inside of the fuel line, because the fuel does have to push back through here. So just in case so you don't damage your sensor. So get that. Alright, so that helps it slide in easier. Line these up. Alright, give it a little push. Once you get it there, gonna rotate that out of the way. Now it's up to you. You can take a pair of pliers or adjustable wrench, or if you got 8-inch wrenches, you can use those to hold this. So just take an adjustable wrench, tighten it, then just rotate it. Alright, so it's rotated in and locked in. This will still rotate in case you want to adjust it. So I'm gonna feed the line back through. Then next up is seeing, hey, can I get this to fit or not fit? I may have to end up pulling the sensor again, moving it. It seems like my fit is going to be with the sensor being more straight up, and it'll be sitting right here on the oil tube. Right now I'm just loosely fitting everything in. Next thing I gotta make sure I can get to clear is the actual plug. So sensor's no good. Don't have anything plugged into it, so slightly moving that. That puts it right by the oil tube. So much for being stealth. Okay, so that's lightly in. That's lightly in. That's lightly in. Okay, that seems to be how it will fit. I may try to make it so that this sensor plug is behind the oil tube. What I may do is just flip the sensor direction. That's what I think I'm gonna do. Flip the sensor direction so that it plugs in on this side. Yeah, make sure so that it plugs in going this way versus the other way. And I think that will help some. But if I do that, that was supposed to white side of it, but I may just have to do that. So let me try that way, see if that's better. All right, let's try this one. I'm just gonna shove it on there. I'm not gonna lock it in, just to see how that fits. Everything just kind of set together. I think that fits a lot better that way. Yeah, it seems like the lines are not gonna be rubbing on anything. No point is gonna be stretched or really pushed up against something. I'm gonna do that. Question is how well this is gonna fit afterwards, but we'll see. Probably finna put this back on and then try to fit this again. So let me do that, see how well it fit with that in place. I'll let y'all know. Alright y'all, so everything's softly connected. I'm going to go with this valve. So this allows me to still reach that spark plug without having to disassemble the system. It's also with that install, so it's going to go there. Sensor is going to be laying in that area, keeping the white side down. Plug will go there. I'm gonna have to adjust the wiring for that plug and pull some of it back, but so far it will go like that. And so you can see that elbow for that will come out there, and the teal letters follow that, come down behind there. They'll well off everything and back up there to the pump. So I'm about to lock this in. Go ahead and push it in on that side. Go ahead and put the collar, put my collar in there so I can lock it into that little swivel. You kind of see one right there. show you the collar and detail. So that's the little barbs I was talking about. If you look right there, you'll see where one of them locks in. There's another one at the top. There's another one on the other end. Little tri-shade. So go ahead and start locking this in. I can do this one-handed for y'all. Alright, so that was locked in. You know it's locked in when this little piece right here is kind of flexed and move a little bit. It's locked in. Also, you can try to push it out. Not gonna come out. But in order to get it out, you're gonna push this in. Again, that trim part works great. So on the other end, I'm gonna go ahead and lock that in. Also, I can go ahead and lock that one in. Heard it click. Pull on it, check. When the fuel pressure hit it, you'll actually see it push up like that. But it's sealed either way. Go ahead and lock your sensor in, and then that last elbow right back there will be last. Sensor's gonna require me to move it. I probably should have waited on doing that, but I think I can still get it in. Not too much trouble. So let me go ahead and do that right quick. Okay, so just for recording purposes, remove that. Alright, I'll let it slide it out. So you see that barb? This goes behind the barb. You can't have it pushed all the way up on there, or you won't have room to get it in. So you're gonna want to line it up. I don't know if either barb matters where you line it up at. Yeah, it doesn't matter where the barbs are lined up at. That's mine. So what I'm gonna do from here, maybe I can get it on camera. See me push that in. So the more I push in, the farther it gets down that path. So I'm gonna take my wrench and twist it. So to lock it in, you want to get all the way down to that edge, to the end of that pathway. I don't think no amount of pushing or anybody's hand strength is that strong to get there, but use a wrench to get there. Give me a second. As you can see, I got it all the way down in there. Very little space is left. Now I'm gonna hook that back. As you can see, very little space. So now I'm gonna put that back into the feed and then hook my elbow up right there. Then that'll complete it, and then plug in that tan plug to the sensor. So everything is in its final place. So that line will be straightened out a little bit. Over there. This is already tight to that. Definitely gonna come back and check it leaks. That is clicked in there. Also, always pull, give a tug on each one. That's gonna go there. So plug that back in for the high pressure fuel pump. Gotta get this off. This zip tie off. No longer needed. So let me just put the car in accessory mode to pressure everything up. Well, no, not gonna pressure everything up, because what I do, pressure's gonna hit this line and it's gonna drip out below the car where that's running to. So next up, let me get the under shroud and stuff loose so I can plug in the injector and go ahead and take apart that so I can get ready to start wiring. 3 push pins for that area. Double-sided tape right here. So take your time pulling it loose. You can usually stick it back on. Take that, flip it there. It's a little circle grommet that goes there. It goes in that way. I took a little what they call a glad hand gasket and stuck it right there, cut it in half so that way keep it from chafing the wires. Pretty tight fit. So in order to get that in there, also you got a strut bar right back here that I take all my wires up under, not over, because as you see that side. Now if you want to, you can just choose to drill a hole there. If you're doing meth injection, I would suggest you drill a hole there, and that will lay right on top of that bar and just come out the other side right there. But I just take this plastic, push on a little. Alright. So, align this through. Put everything back where it's going to be. Zip tie that I cut from the other side. Just repurpose it, so I set it on there. Once I get all my final things, I may move this CPI line a little lower up under the wire harness itself. Still got a lot of line left. Sector may not even take it that close. I may just keep it out farther over here. Take it outside the radiator hose, and I should put it right by the radiator and straight down. That should put me right above where I want to be. I'm correct. I'm correct. I'm in the area. That way I can zip tie this low in the bay. Doesn't stand out so much. Adjust the routing of this since I've separated the two. My initial thoughts was to run them side by side together, but after getting it inside the car itself, decided to separate them. So that should keep that looking neat how I had it earlier. All I gotta do to get my JB4 out of its little corner. Move that. It's a tight fit, but it works. Works for me. Don't have to see it. That Bluetooth module back there. I have my Bluetooth sitting right up on top. Most of my wires are pushed down on the fuse box. Now I'm gonna have to adjust these for the power. that way, mix that way. Now the one I'm using for power right now for the ethanol kit is this. Now this power wire will probably end up getting moved to this side. Probably try to run it over and down. If you don't have a mini kit, I mean the micro. These are not mini, these are micro. So I had to do that. Just stick it down in there. That's how I was getting power. So I unpower that. I probably end up cutting this off because I had a right one to go in there with the kit. Next up would be the pins inside of the JB that I'll be doing, and the FSB install. So I'm gonna see, can I keep it as neat as I have it laid out here? And if I can keep it close to this, I'll put some sheathing over it to clean it up even more. But I know these two ground wires and stuff, I'm gonna see what I do there. For me, it's gonna be a little unique because everything from this is already together, coming from a previous kit, so it's already wired together, powered together, and all of that. So this white, I'm gonna have to depin for mine, and then add in these two, then put the white back in, then add this orange and blue in, and then put the two grounds in and just the injector plug. So got a little extra work, but it should be straightforward, even for y'all to follow. See this same if you're doing the kit by itself or not, or all together. If you're doing it all together, follow this way. I got a video just showing how to do it with just the ethanol content sensor. But for me, since I'm going from content to full kit, I got to take this white one out. I already got my D-sub tool, so that won't take long to pop out. So let me go ahead and get to doing that since I got that apart. And I'll go ahead and take loose the under throttle of the car also, so I can show y'all the install of that. Real simple, but short. Alright, so y'all can see that number 4. I know it's upside down, but number 4, first pin at the bottom is 1. It's empty. 2 has 1 in it. 3 is empty. 4 is occupied. That's by the white wire. I always struggle to get this to focus, and even more so with it being installed in the car the way it is. But you see that's 4. So what I'm gonna do is remove that one and pull that white one. I'm gonna actually remove the harness that powers this one and swap it out for the other one, just because my current harness is not combined with the other one already. So that way I don't have to do too much rewiring for power and ground. Also, always use that ground point for it, or you will have issues with it, with interference and other things. So I always use that ground point, and I'll switch the fuse in here, particularly that one right above that pin next to the other pin. Alright, so this is the harness. If you only have a E85, you got the red wire for your power, the white wire that goes to the pin number 4, and then your black ground. But since I had previously had just the E85 kit and now I'm going to CPI, I'm going to have to remove that. So I've already pulled it out of my harness. Now this is the new one. Alright, like I said, the white wire will go to 4. The orange wire is going to go to pin 3, and the blue wire is going to go down to pin 16. Now, down here, I'm going to get my wire into place, get it going. Alright, right here, this clamp section between the OEM wire and the lower charge pipe, that's where I'm going to change that out. Had to route the plug for the injector down to get there, but I just simply bought another joiner piece to go right there. Bought an 1/8 inch bong and had it tapped in to put in. So you want to go to your app first and foremost, open it up, and then you want to come to user adjustment. Now the user adjustment, pay by no mind, I'm not connected to the car, so all mine are empty. But you want to go down to your meth trigger mode and put 1. That will enable CPI flow or meth flow on all JB4 mounts. Next, you want to come back up here for your fuel bias. You want to set that at 80 for all of these in this middle column, like that. So you set them all at 80. And fuel bias is mainly for tuning, but it determines the maximum amount of CPI flow, the engine speed that can be adjusted up and down by RPM across the board as needed. But 80 is just base number to start there. And let your tuner or Terry or somebody else adjust the rest. Alright, next you're gonna back out of this one, click save first, and then you're gonna click water methanol injection, and you want to come over here and set your boost additive, which is this first one, to 80. Then you want to set your signal scaling to 98 and minimum flow boost to 5 psi. Also to note, with your boost additive, it's only active using map 7 and can be raised or lowered to determine how much boost the JB4 adds for the given ethanol mixture. Your signal scaling set to 98 lets the JB4 know you're running CPI, and a minimum boost is the lowest amount of boost before CPI can begin flowing. Same thing with meth. Other things that'll play into whether it'll flow or not is your pedal input, throttle, engine speed, and all of that is predetermined within the firmware of the JB4 unit. Also to note, bit O should be on. Bit O is used to enable the flex fuel input. Also turn bit 7 on, that's to enable the water methanol or the CPI injector control. As a note, bit 4 can be turned on to scale CPI flow more aggressively based on ethanol mixture, and is currently in alpha per the instructions on the site, and may not make sense for everyone, but they say in most cases just leave it off. Pretty sure mine is off also. After that, that should be all you should have to do on this side for us the app. So if you put the car in accessory mode, you should be able to hit this purge button right up at the top, and you should hear the injector actually purge. And if it's purging, then your next step is go fill up with E85 and switch to the map 6, I believe, and give it a try. Thank y'all for tuning in to another install with me. Thanks for all the subscribers thus far. See y'all again on the next video.